Why you are poor. Hello, and welcome to our channel Pursuit of Wealth. This channel is your ultimate destination for learning about finance and wealth, investing and crypto, informational and educational trends in finance management. If you are someone who wishes to become wealthy and are looking for smart money management options, then we are fortunate to have found each other. Many people face a slew of financial burdens, and it can be hard to barely meet your basic needs, from healthcare expenses and cost of living to taxes and college tuition. These burdens can put you in some serious financial situation, and you may start thinking that you are poor, or at least poor by standards. When you're in that scenario, it might be tough to perceive a way out, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck and have no money left over to attempt to get out of it. Are there any strategies that you can follow to increase your wealth over time? However, before you begin accumulating money, it is crucial to understand which habits are causing a burden and putting an impact on your finances. Well, in today's video, we are going to tell you some of the most common things that you are doing, and they are keeping you poor. Also, we will discuss what you can do to make a difference. So, keep watching the video until the end. Here are the most common causes that are keeping you poor. Number 1. The gap of financial education. The most common factor that causes poverty is lack of financial education. Well, the basic financial concepts should be taught in schools. Because of this gap, you are not prepared to create, invest, or maintain wealth. People from low-income families are unlikely to learn this thing at home. This puts them at a disadvantage even when they get money and become wealthy. If you want to understand this by example, you can take a look at how many lottery winners become bankrupt in their lifetime. The good news is that, except for health problems, you can address nearly all of these with the correct information and attitude. Just because someone comes from a household with little financial education or experience doesn't imply that they can't succeed. For many, however, it will include understanding the technical side of money management and overcoming their psychological obstacles and reactions to the information they are receiving from society. However, there are also significant psychological impediments to both acquiring and maintaining wealth. Number 2. You choose today's happiness over future finances. If you prioritize present personal convenience over long-term financial planning, you'll continue to stay poor. According to Luke Landis, who is a personal finance writer and speaker at Consumerism Commentary, poverty may be passed down through generations, and you could be poor simply because your family has always been poor. People who are in good financial shape may not be, according to him, since their actions aren't aligned with their long-term financial needs. Choosing something that individuals feel will have an immediate positive impact on enjoyment is more satisfying at the moment than making strategic choices that take into account the future. Everyone wants to fit in and be viewed as valuable by others, therefore, they frequently strive to dress the part. At a party, people first ask, "What do you do?" If you believe in the money equals worth myth, you might make numerous financial blunders seeking to fit into some delusion. You may purchase unaffordable clothing, purses, electronics, phones, lease automobiles, and so forth. Probably, you can be locked into contracts that keep you destitute. You can even spend credit that you are unable to repay. Though psychology studies demonstrate that shopping increases dopamine levels in the brain, it is only a short remedy. That's why financial education matters, because it lets you decide which decision is good for the present and which will be better for the future. Number 3. Credit and debt. Interest on increasing debt can result in hefty monthly payments over time. Consequently, you may wind up paying for a single credit card transaction or a series of purchases for many years. According to creditcards.com, the total revolving debt in the United States was over $860 billion in late 2013, with the typical cardholder possessing 3.7 credit cards. So, in addition to earning less, spending more, and beginning your adult life in debt, you are also borrowing more money at exorbitant interest rates to get by. So, using these cards is also a significant reason that keeps you poor. Number 4. earnings and employments. Another thing that tells why you are poor is that it is very likely that you do not earn more than some of the middle-class members of your previous generations. Nowadays, a family that earns a median income of about $51,017 is a fair representation of a middle-class family in the U.S. According to today's currency, a middle-class family makes $54,817 in the year 1969. And that sum had climbed to $54,993 in 1979. By the year 1999, the earnings of middle-class households had increased to $59,758, which is over $8,700 per year higher than today's earnings. Furthermore, with the middle class earning less than in the past, the last economic crisis resulted in a huge rise in unemployment in 2009. With rates hitting 10% and then persisting at that level or greater for longer periods. When many people are actively looking for work but are unable to find it, most of them end up in low-paying positions for which they have supplementary skills. Number 5. You're investing in things rather than yourself. Julie Rains, a personal finance writer and creator of Investing to Thrive, believes economic disadvantages play a significant role in why some individuals remain poor. However, this is not the only thing holding people back. Many people can be in difficulties because they have continuously underinvested in areas that provide long-term rewards, such as savings and investments. On the other hand, they have overinvested and overextended themselves in areas like luxury products and high-level housing. Even though having a budget is essential for personal finance, many people either do not have one or do not keep to it. Many individuals wind up in financial problems because they don't believe in preparing a budget, said finance blogger Michelle Schroeder-Gardner. A budget is almost always important, regardless of how wealthy or poor you are, because it may help you figure out where your money problems are and what you can do to improve your financial situation. A quick reminder, if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing, as we frequently upload such informative and educational videos. Let's continue. Number 6. You purchase depreciating assets. One of the major reasons people become poor or remain poor is because they spend a lot of their time shopping for depreciating things, according to Deacon Hayes, a personal finance blogger at Well Unbroken Billfold. As a result, they need a few suggestions to get wealth and continue to live paycheck to paycheck. So, how can you solve this problem? Instead of wasting your time and money on depreciating assets, invest in appreciating assets like real estate and stocks, which can rise over time and eventually give you a lot of resources, so you don't have to live poorly in the future. Number 7. You always try to have it all. People end up being poor because they desire too many things too quickly. This is especially difficult for recent college graduates who go from living on peanuts to earning a respectable wage, but still can't realistically afford the new house, the new vehicle, and the nights out and the vacations overseas. This becomes riskier when you start using credit to support all of your expenditures, which can ultimately ruin your future financial life. Rather than attempting to have it all, financial experts recommend budgeting for one primary desire and saving the rest for later, once you've had a chance to save up and get a pay increase. Living like a student for another year while saving your first earnings might be quite beneficial. So, these are the most common reasons that are keeping you poor. Now, let's discuss some ways that you can follow to take charge of your financial condition in an efficient manner. Number 1. Discover new ways to earn more. If you are not earning enough money at your current work to meet your living expenses and save money, you must find a strategy to increase your earnings. It may be necessary to take on a second job to assist you in catching up on your past due payments. It might also imply considering a long-term job move that will allow you to earn more money. Returning to school for more training is a viable option. If returning to school does not appeal to you, seek higher-paying positions in your profession or a related sector. Investigate your possibilities and think about changing your job to generate extra money. Or you can also start a side hustle by making money online. Number 2. Pay off your debts. You can't start accumulating real wealth if you're paying more in interest than you're making in interest. If you want to modify your financial condition, you must take the necessary actions to get out of debt. First, devise a debt reduction strategy. Once you've established your budget, you may start looking for additional money to pay down your obligations each month. As you pay off one debt, apply the funds to the next bill on your list. When you become debt-free, you will have more money to establish financial stability. Number 3. Prioritize savings. Begin saving money right away. You should concentrate your efforts on 2 fronts when it comes to saving. First, deposit money into savings accounts that you will only use for emergencies. This is known as an emergency fund. You can start by putting aside only $20 every week. It's as easy as dining at home one night a week. You should gradually raise your payments until you have a fund covering 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That serves as your safety net. Well, it is also easy to make financial decisions when you know you have money to meet emergencies. Number 4. Start financial planning. When you're aware of your income, you might assume you don't have enough money to budget. But you're mistaken. Budgeting is the process of arranging how and when you will spend every dollar. In a nutshell, it applies you know where you're going to spend your money before it arrives. Budgeting helps you prepare ahead of time for spending and begin putting money aside for more extensive needs that may occur just once a year. You can also keep track of your spending habits when you're budgeting. This allows you to pick areas you can cut back or save for a long-term financial objective, such as an emergency fund. Number 5. Don't use credit cards. Stop creating debt if you want to get out of poverty. Stop using your credit cards as soon as possible. The simple way to avoid the usage of credit cards is to stop carrying them. So, you cannot use them while shopping if they're at home. Well, another important reason is that when you pay in cash, it has a psychological impact of giving money by hand. But in the case of credit cards, you can easily avoid this, and eventually, you'll put yourself in more debt. Moreover, instead of relying on your credit cards to meet unexpected bills, an emergency fund might help you avoid using them. No matter how much you earn, you always end up with empty pockets if you don't think and plan before spending money. You need to understand the value of money before spending it carelessly. These methods will not only help you save money, but they will also lessen your financial stress. That's all we have for the video. Hope you find this useful. We value your feedback, so don't forget to share your opinions, and please don't hesitate to ask questions in the comments down below. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and press the bell icon for more amazing content about wealth management and finance-related videos. Success is coming your way. Keep your doors open. See ya till the next time.